We're back right here at Kcaa 1050. Now, a very special guest, Miss Judi Penman, is in studio with us today. How you doing, Judi?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's very, very honorable to have you here today. And we also just found out today that we are now part of the Route 66 event, right?
You are, and Yahoo! I am so proud to have you as a sponsor.
Also.
Yay.
Yeah. You know, we'll be out there with our booth. Kcaa and Danny Alcaraz Block will be out there. And we'll be out giving out some free music, letting everybody know about our new show. And when we go to FM in October, it's going to be a great thing.
A great day in San Bernardino.
A great day in San Bernardino on the 10th and the 11th right here at San Manuel Baseball Stadium. It's the home of the 66ers, the Angels minor league team right here in our beautiful city. When that stadium first opened up, they had a football team there. It's called the San Bernardino Vipers. And
I remember that. They came to the chamber when they were trying to get started. Actually, going back to the baseball stadium, our Dr. Chuck Terrell, who was the superintendent of county schools, was asked by then, little trivia here, by then Mayor Tom Miner to head up the committee that was to build that stadium because he's such a baseball buff.
Right.
You're so young, you don't even remember that. No. And when
but I remember Fiscalini Field.
That's right. And they came to the chamber because they wanted the chamber to help them come to San Bernardino. And that was when that CSI star, what's his name? Tom Harmon.
Right.
Yes, he came to the chamber also. Isn't that exciting?
That is exciting. I was so excited when they built that stadium.
I can tell you're just panting.
Yeah. I love San Bernardino. I'm born and raised here.
Me too.
And San Bernardino High School. The
well,
Cardinals.
I'm sorry for you. I'm a pirate here.
Pacific, huh?
Yes,
we used to go paint the P just because, even though it wasn't open when I was there, we just do it to do it.
And my brother used to babysit our P up on the Paris Hill Mountain.
Yeah. You know, that was a great rival, though, doing stuff like that. I hear about all that, and it reminds me of just fun times in school, man.
And it was a good rivalry, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes, it was fun. We didn't do any
schools
bad damage.
all over the place now.
I know.
You just can't even get a rival going on anymore.
I know. I went to the last Purdue Pacific game, I think it was last year, and there was hardly anyone in the stands. Yeah. And the guy that was doing the music up in the stands knew me, and pretty soon he started chanting, "We want bird meat. We want bird meat." I turned around and said, "Who's doing that? Who's doing that?" I thought, that's cool.
Yeah, not for me. I'm the bird meat.
I know.
So the Route 66 event, you got some information for us, right?
I do. It's Rendezvous back to Route 66. And as you said, at the San Manuel Baseball Stadium. And it's Friday, October 10th from 2 to 9 p.m. And Saturday, October 11th from 9 to 9. Last year, we got a lot of complaints that we weren't staying open long enough. So we are staying open until 9 o'clock, both Friday and Saturday.
Awesome.
And we have all kinds of activities, so there will be things to do besides just wandering around looking at cars. Of course, the car clubs don't like me to say that because all they want to do is show off their wonderful cars. But
I think a car to a man is like a wedding ring, a big, nice diamond ring to a woman, right?
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Sparkly, shiny.
And they certainly take care of their babies. That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. Luckily, I have some wonderful people from Over the Hill Gang that are helping me with this show.
Right.
So I am blessed, truly blessed. And so they are concentrating on the car part, and I worry about all the fine-tuning of everything. So we have yummy food. We are trying to have vendors that will give us at least one of each category of food. Like we have Mexican food. You can't have an event without yummy tacos.
Oh, yeah.
And we have drippy, juicy, gooey hamburgers.
I'm a hamburger buff.
Me
I love
too.
hamburgers, man.
And we have
I go searching for hamburgers.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
And last year, people kept telling me how wonderful those hamburgers were, and I never got one. We have a barbecue venue, and we have Two Guys Italian restaurant that has her big wagon there. And, of course, the thing I liked best were the root beer floats. We have teriyaki, and there's several other food vendors. Of course, ice cream. That's always good, and the popcorn thing. We have a variety of merchant vendors. We have a lot of creative kids games. Can't leave out the kids. Home Depot is going to help us with, speaking of kids. Hi, darling.
This is my little cousin right here. This is Yvette. What's up, Yvette? Give me a hug, cuz. You want to say hi on the radio? Here, say hi.
Hi.
We will have fun games from Home Depot for you to play with. You'll learn how to plant flowers and all about them, and then we're going to have some kind of building things that they'll be able to help you construct goodies. Kids were so intrigued with all the stuff that Home Depot came out and did with us last year. Not with me, but with the kids. And I think we're going to have some other things for the kids. The Y is helping us. The Parks and Rec people are helping us. And then I have the school people helping also. Since we're going to be contained, which a lot of the car guys like this idea, we're locking them in. We'll have an inside the park poker run.
Ooh wee, I like that.
Yes, that will be fun too. It was last year. It went over well. And of course, a DJ with lots of music. And I understand you guys will have some music too.
Oh yeah.
Remember,
we
you
sure
have
will.
to have traditional 50s music.
You know what? I'm good with that.
Are
you? Know
you?
What I mean? Oh yeah, I'm good with that. I love me some 50s music, some 60s, some old bebop, all that.
Good.
Yeah, I love that. I love
None
that
of this
stuff.
funky music. Remember how old I am.
Right.
I go way back in time. This youngster sitting over here, 25, doesn't even probably know some of the people. Do you even know who Elvis was? Oh, gosh, he said yes. Well, that's good to hear. Do you know who Ricky Nelson was? Oh, Ricky was my heartthrob. Yes. And people can choose their People's Choice Awards. That means that you can come. Larry Queel from Queel Brothers Signs has drawn up a design. He did this last year, and it's a wonderful design of the actual, 66 logo thing, and he's put something clever on it. And you can come. Of course, it costs a little bit to do this, but you go select your award of the best car, and then, but before, you have to sponsor it, and your name will be on that trophy instead of just Rendezvous Back to Route 66. That's on there too.
Right.
But your name will be on that trophy, and it actually sits on a coffee table. So your name will be on that trophy and sit on that coffee table of that car winner for the rest of time.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is cool. That's
I
real
think
cool.
that's wonderful.
That's kind of what you like, crowd participation right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you get to present it to that
wow.
individual.
That's good right there. I see you guys also have the IEHP sponsoring you, Toyota of San Bernardino, Fairview Ford, Loma Linda Health, Mitch, Crestline. Maddich Corporation. Maddich Corporation. A Chevrolet, Crest of Chevrolet, South Coast, AQMD.
Yeah, sometimes we're not always happy with AQMD because they make us do bad things like, do away with barbecues and trade in our lawnmowers, but they help clear up the air. So we have to give them a good shout out once in a while.
Well, and I know, too, they're helping at the rail yard right now. They're getting rid of all the old trucks, chopping them all up, and with the help with the emissions out here.
And if they hadn't made us check our smogs, which we really dreaded for a long time, we wouldn't have the clear air. We would never be able to see the mountains. So we have to give them a shout out once in a while.
I miss the snow in the mountains. I do.
And Alta Vista Credit Union and
Security
Kinnison Flooring.
Bank.
Yes. Keep it up. You're doing
Citizens
good.
Bank.
Yes.
Star Auto Parts. Inland Center Mall.
And actually a couple of more names that I didn't write down here.
Right.
So that was good. We also are going to have open headers contest. Do you do open headers?
I do. They get real loud and shake everything. You can't take your kids around them. Some will wind up crying.
I would cry.
Yeah. That's a lot of power right there. A lot of power.
I know.
Yeah. I see that other new things that you guys are including. There's going to be some NHRA and NASCAR drivers, curtain drivers are going to be there. And also drag racers are going to be there. Some of the drag racers that race out here at the Pomona Speedway will be there also. So some new events coming on to the Route 66 event, huh?
Yes, they are. Some of these dragsters, when they fire up their engines, we're going to raffle off some opportunities where the winners will be able to actually sit in the dragster, and they call it a cackle fest. And I get a big kick out of that, going cackle, cackle, cackle.
Cackle.
Yeah, they call it a cackle fest. And then we have Christian McGee, who was the Irwindale Race Truck Series Rookie of the Year for 2013. And I guess the car people out there will know who he is. And a special appearance by Ryan Partridge. He's the Lucas Late Model Champion and Chief Instructor of LA Racing Experience. And he will be there on Saturday from 11 to 3. And when you talk about the noise, last year, John Mehovitz had Acufeb's Lucas Oil 2010 Mustang Shelby Pro Street Race car there. Now, this was quite an experience when you talk about noise. They fired it up, and I'm going to read this because I would never remember it. It's a 2-step procedure, and they do this when they ready the engine to apply all of its power. And when the engine is launched, the car's 5-inch exhaust tubes emit detonations and flames. And when they did this, it went roaring down what you call the main street of the San Manuel Baseball Stadium, and everybody was quiet and just stood still watching this thing go down the street. But it's been known that the exhaust is so loud that people standing nearby feel it in their entire body, and car alarms for a couple of blocks are set off. I was standing next to the sergeant who was in charge of our security, and he looked at me and I looked at him, and he said, "I don't know if that's a good idea to do that again." I said, "I don't know either," because everybody was just dead silent. It was so loud. And it's like you blink and you've missed it. They go so fast.
Right. Yeah.
But we're going to have a lot of the big, huge semi-trucks, is that what you call them, hauling in those funny cars and dragsters and midgets and all of that stuff this year. So it'll be really cool.
Yeah, the kids like all the cars, those funny cars and all that, because they're kind of like Hot Wheel cars, that
only they're
kind of
big.
Yeah, exactly. My son loves them.
Really?
Because when he sees them in actual person, he's like, "Dad, I got that car at home."
Oh.
Yeah, so he's, a lot of boys are like him. They when they see the actual car, they never even thought. Like, you know what he tells me? He goes, "Look, Dad, they made the Hot Wheel car." You know what I mean? And I have to tell him, "No, son, they made the Hot Wheel car from that car." Right?
That's a good reason to bring the kids.
Right.
That's good.
But you know what? I'm happy to meet you. I've heard a lot about you, and I'm glad that we are now going to be in with you. You know what I mean?
I'm glad too.
We are San Bernardino base station, broadcast out of Loma Linda, and we are always wanting to improve San Bernardino. Like I said, I'm born and raised, and whatever we can do here at the station, just call us.
Well, I appreciate that. And the only reason why the Chamber is doing this is because San Bernardino has lost an awful lot over the last few years. And we did not want to lose one more thing. And so that is why we stepped up to the plate and said, okay, we're going to do this. And personally, I don't know anything about cars, so I count on the people who do. And I just feel like it's our turn to take care of it and make sure that it's here. And Jim Stark, who is a manager at Toyota San Bernardino, gave us this idea. Rendezvous back to Route 66, where it all began. And that's what we have to remember. We have to keep our heritage here. We can't let it escape and go someplace else. So everybody who's listening, tell your friends, register the cars and come on down and see us. Remember, it's October 10th and 11th, and we'll be there. And you can call the Chamber, 909-885-7515, because we have to keep San Bernardino alive, and this is our heritage. And I'm so proud of, sorry about that.
No, you're right.
You guys and stepping up to the plate and helping us. And we really thank you, Danny, and everybody.
We want to introduce you to my man right here, Angel Baby.
Hello. How you doing?
He's also a host on
Judi,
our show.
very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. too. I wondered who you were cuddling up to me.
You like the way I just kind of smoothed in.
Yeah,
huh?
I did. I like to cuddle.
That's the way us radio guys do it.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you, Judi. It sounds great what you guys have been talking about right now. It sounds great. We're gonna be out there and have a great time with everybody.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing about car guys, they know how to have fun.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, we had a good time yesterday raising some money for
That's right.
for the kids at KKC Little League in San Bernardino.
And we have the Laney 3 actually, and Gloria Maquinales, who is one of the board members right there. And they come in and we always support them. And we're actually doing a big car show for Laney because she has juvenile diabetes.
Oh.
And we are doing a car show October 11th also at Fleming Park in the city of It's not a car show. Well, it is a car show and Tamale Festival by Suavemente right there. And I know a lot of people that we know are hitting
Right.
both spots. They're going to both of the events that day.
Well, you know, on that note, the veterans will be there, and they're going to be doing a 50-50. And so they'll
Okay.
be making a little bit of money, too,
Right.
for the 50-50. And I've also, to bring it back to the community, we're not charging an arm and a leg for the vendors either. But there are several nonprofits that want to display some of their
Right.
stuff, propaganda, and so I don't charge them a fee either because I want the community to feel included again. I remember when the original Route 66 started,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't, gouging everybody for everything. So
Right.
if it's an opportunity for them to come out and say, hey, if it's a legitimate nonprofit, not just
Right.
everyone needs to get involved. It just takes a little
That's
bit
right.
for a lot of people, and then it won't be so much. And I've always said the best thing with San Bernardino are the people because
That's right.
they step up to the plate.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
My
No
dad
problem.
used to be involved with Cannell's Pony League Field and also up on Wildwood
We were at Newmark.
and also at Little League. He built those the snack bars at both of those.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I'm part of I coach for San Bernardino Pop Warner.
Oh
Also,
my
yeah.
goodness!
Yeah.
You're
He's very busy. He's a very
is?
busy man. Yeah.
That's one. What do
Yeah.
you do?
Me, I don't do nothing. I just like to listen to music
Angel
and dance.
baby.
Yeah, Angel Baby. I just like to dance and listen to music,
And goof
low
off.
ride. you
Angel
know?
does a show.
And low ride.
He also does a show at UCR, University of Riverside, and at 88.3 KUCR. He does a show on Radio Aslan on Friday nights, 2 a.m. to 7 in the morning. And he plays his show is called Dreaming Casually. And you can see why. You see how this guy.
Dreaming
real
Casually.
smooth,
Dreaming
huh?
Casually.
Is that why he wears dark glasses so no one
Pretty
can
much,
see his
yeah.
dreamy eyes?
Dreaming Casually with Angel
If I
Baby.
take them off, I'm not too sure what'll happen here, Judy.
But a
We might have
cute
to dim the
smile.
lights. Huh? I got quite a few things I do myself, but not just myself. I got a lot of people that help me out. Like Boogie's always helps me out too. I got a big food drive we do for Thanksgiving every year. We've been doing it at Castle Park, going on our 11th year.
Who do you give the food to?
I got a list of families and organizations that we disperse all the food to. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great. I got a lot of different things. I'm also going to be helping out with the Tamale Festival right here.
And we'll be at the Route 66 Festival.
We'll be at Route 66. Of course, we're going to be there. This is going to be great. Merino Valley's got an event they're putting on too for Dia de los Muertos, and I'm helping them out there too. So a lot of different little things, We
You
get
guys
around.
are just busy little bees, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
We do what we
Oh,
can
yeah.
to help the community.
That's right.
Good for
That's
you.
right.
Thank you for
We're trying to
doing
make
that.
a difference, That's how we do it. But we want to thank you, Judi, for sliding through and coming hang. You coming next week, or are you sending somebody from the chamber?
Next Sunday?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was invited next week.
I think Colin said from.
Oh my goodness!
I
Colin
told Colin
took off to Greece, and then he tells me I didn't realize. Well, I
Well,
can do that.
it doesn't matter. You could come back in 2 weeks. It's up to you whenever you want.
Really?
Doors open.
The
oh,
doors
yeah.
open?
Oh yeah. Oh
Just saunter in.
yeah. Just saunter.
I'm good at sauntering.
Just the way I slid in here, yeah, you could do the
I
same.
saw
Judy.
you saunter in.
That's why we had that mirror right there, just in case, But
I
yeah,
may
you can
have
slide in
Lupe
just like
come in
that.
next time,
Yeah.
and then I'll come in. Oh, that sounds.
Yeah,
or
that'd be
I may
great.
have somebody. That sounds good. Okay, if the door is open, I will saunter.
All
Thank
righty.
you guys. This was great.
And Route
Thank you, Judy.
66, we will be there. Alcarez
Oh,
Sunday
yeah.
Block. We're all going to be out there with you guys, having a great time.
And thank you guys for what you're
No
doing.
problem, Judi. Thank you
Love
so
to
much.
Hey you, yeah you always look at me. I'm feeling love was meant to be. I trust in you to say every way. Time together will touch forever.
Let the light of my spirit lead love's way through glass windows of my soul every day. One in a million, so tender love is you.
I remember to surrender my love.
My love to you.
Oh baby, love is a four-letter word. For you, my love, I'll never go astray. So real my heart beats to stay. I live this dream, you showed me the way.